This is the 40U Tech Startups podcast. The podcast in which you hear all about the startups and spin-offs from the 4 technical universities in the Netherlands. From the challenges they face to the ecosystems they accelerate in, here we talk about what it takes to flourish and make impact on an international playing field. Brought to you by the 40U. Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Dutch 40U Tech Startups podcast. I'm your host Vera Boertien, and today it's time again for Enschede Slush'D. So we're here in Enschede, we're at the U-Park Hotel, and this year we've been banished to one of the hotel rooms because all the rooms downstairs are fully booked because it's like a really busy edition. So we're very excited for that. And one thing of Enschede Slush'D is the 10K pitch competition, where you can win, no surprises, 10K. And joining me are 3 startups who participate in this 10K pitch competition. So let's start with a quick introduction round then. Can I give the word to you?
Of course. So my name is Shahriar, and I'm a co-founder of Gelion Care. Gelion Care is working on the new novel type of hydrogels for wound healing and other skin diseases. Mm-hmm. My background is physics, so I don't have any kind of specialist in medical, but I really like a medical application. So I really want to make a connection between physics and medicine. So, thank you very much for the invitation.
Yeah, thank you for joining. Yeah. And are you also a part of the 40U or?
Yes, so I'm coming from Eindhoven University of Technology, and basically Gelion is the spin-off of Eindhoven University. So I'm also a researcher in this university. Basically, I'm part of 40U.
Nice. Yeah. And I know Anne isn't part of 40U.
No.
You're our neighbor.
Yes, we are. I am. Thank you, Vera, for the invitation. My name is Anne. I am a co-founder of CARAPAX Biotechnologies, and basically we are the only startup coming from Münster over the border, and we are very happy that we are also invited to participate for the 10K. Yeah, and what we do, so we help farmers to tackle climate change. Basically, we have a polymer, or actually diverse polymers that are made from, for example, shrimp shell waste. So we take the shrimps and can turn them into plant biostimulating agents. So the plants can survive with or without water and drought stress, heat stress, and general stress conditions. So that's what we do. And my background is in agriculture, biology, so I also don't have a business background. But me and my team, we work on this since, our PhD supervisor since 30 years, and we continue this now.
Wow, sounds great. Very exciting.
Thank you.
That's very cool. My name is Bekk, and I'm here with Thoughtful Oasis. And Thoughtful Oasis is we're creating a new kind of way of organizing data, or you can think of it as a new kind of database that excels in search and large-scale data analysis, but also is an AI system that is interpretable and auditable, which is a big problem right now in the industry with a lot of these black box models. So we especially focus on complicated industries. Medical or biotech would be, for example, a good one. Or right now we focus a lot on crisis communication, where you need to have all the up-to-date information.
Right. Yeah, it's very valuable.
Yeah.
So it's like the next generation of search.
Yes, you could think of it like that. One of the challenges we have is we have this very deep tech abstract thing that can do a lot of things. So then we have to... It was one of the challenges in the pitch, of course, is communicating that to what can it actually do when in reality it can do a lot of things, search being amongst the most easy to communicate.
Yeah, so that's a nice bridge to the topic that we're here to discuss today, the 10K pitch competition. Mm-hmm. So I want to start off with, why did you participate? Why was it? How did you come across it? Where did it start? Shahriar?
Maybe I can start. So for the first time, I received a message from our business developer in the gate. from Eindhoven University again, that there is a 10K pitch. And behind the Slush Enschede. First of all, I thought that it's really in the Slush, the big...
in Helsinki.
And I just, that's
that
cool.
Would be something.
That's cool. So we can have a travel to Finland. But no, obviously it was
it's
in Enschede.
Just Enschede.
Enschede. So that was so I just read the text, and I think that would be a very interesting to just give a pitch and just demonstrate what we are doing. What is our why? So this is the thing that I really want to discuss. It's more than really a competition. It's also about testing your idea and just demonstrating, discussing with the business people actually. So people from outside, because we are now in the earliest stage. It's not really developing towards market, but that was the experience that I was looking for.
Yeah, so also get feedback from all the people here.
No, that's true.
Yeah. And Anne, I see you nodding. Is it the same for you?
Yeah, basically yes. So when you mentioned that you're in very very early stage and spin out of the university and based on your research and from physics department, for us it's basically the same but only in the biology department. So we are very early stage as well, but to get feedback, talk to others, put yourself out there, and also as a very good practice to see what other people think about your idea and whether they like it. And for us at REACH, so I'm part of the REACH Regio Startup Center, who's the partner institution of Novelty in Münster. They announced it and said, yes, this year, I think also last year, but this year also teams from Germany are welcome to join. So like the 40U partners.
Yeah.
So of course I signed up, and or I tried to, because it was this process, this two-step process with the business plan and the application, and I was very happy that I was accepted. So yeah. So
first, when you applied, you had to hand in a business plan, also a motivation. Yeah.
First there was this application letter, like a one-pager describing your idea, who are you, why it is that you do that, what you do, and short description about the team and the idea. And then they said, okay, yes, we like your idea, we like you as a team, you can go on, and please hand in a business plan with some more information. So
right.
Yeah.
And then based on that, a selection was made.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I can also add something. So because that was for the very first time that we had in our team, that we had the exercise for drafting a first version of the business plan.
Right.
So I really appreciated that they request this one. So that was the reason that I also just continue with the application. It was for the 10K. That was a lot of effort actually. But I think the outcome, regardless of what's coming out of there, was these business plans can be really a good track for moving forward. Yeah.
It's a good foundation to have.
It's a good foundation, exactly. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
And what was it like for you, Bekk?
I think I would echo a lot of the sentiments, as far as there's a lot of utility in creating the pitch, creating the business plan, and then also in hearing the questions from the room after you've given the presentation. I think that was really valuable. And then I also think, as the difference from winning in a pitch competition versus a client, it's nice because that 10K can go towards, in our case, we're asking for it so that we can move into maybe more impact-oriented fields like medical, versus when we have a client, we need to be very, very profit-oriented immediately. So I think there's both the value of the process, and then you can be a little bit more core-focused or even impact-focused with the actual money.
Yeah, because it's 10K, no strings attached, right?
Yeah, you don't have a very strong necessarily. You can take that to focus on the core of your business, or to focus on, in our case, potentially using it to find a strategic partner in the medical industry or in something that's high impact like that, and getting access to the data, which is probably one of our biggest challenges, because we focus a lot on how do we intelligently use data, but we still have to find people who actually have that data.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. All right. And so today is Enschede Slush'D Day. We're still a bit in front of the event because it's kicking off in like 45 minutes. But you already did your pitch yesterday, right? In front of the judges.
Yeah.
So how did that go?
I was very happy. I was there with my co-founder, but I did the pitch because in 5 minutes sometimes it's a bit difficult if you have to change the microphone and then well, there wasn't a microphone, but still the pointer and you get confused maybe. So I did the pitch, but then we did the questions and answers together, and I was very happy with ourselves, I must say. So because were very good questions. I felt like they really understood us, so what we were wanting to come across with, and there were also critical questions, but I usually like that. So good discussion.
Yes, exactly. I think it's same here. So one thing that I was really surprised that they already read the business plan. So they already asked a question very relevant to the business plan that we already made. So there were some detailed questions. And there were some challenging questions, but I also appreciate it because at the end you have to use those questions and those information, and
it helps you to move on.
Helps you to move on and bring it into your business. So I also appreciate the session.
Yeah. Also, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I wanted to add to that, and especially the detailed questions, because one of the members of the jury apparently was a chemical engineer, and he had some very specific questions because he also had worked with our polymers back then, he said, and it was awesome. So
it was awesome. That was also the case because I tried to just make it very broad, to just make it very general, show the impact, etc. And at that moment, that jury member just asked a very detailed question about the chemistry, and I just said, okay, that should not be here. This is something else. But he said, no, I'm chemist. I have a chemistry question because we already also did it. So our product is based on chemistry. Yeah. And he asked a very detailed question, and I tried to do my best because I just come from the general to the very detailed.
Oh, so, yes.
And then that was a little bit challenging, but that was very nice and very surprising at that time.
Yeah. And Bekk, what was it like for you? Because your product is not based on chemistry.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do I was in the room with the pitch, but my co-founder gave the pitch, and I think he did quite a good job. I did have the luxury of I was sitting behind the panel, so I actually could see what everyone is looking at. They were looking at our business plan and had clearly already read it. And I think they were very detail-oriented. I think there were some technical questions that were more technical than I was expecting I actually like technical questions. That's definitely comfortable, so that was nice.
Yeah.
And then there were also some business questions about scaling up. What is the actual cost of running this kind of system compared to other systems? And it was a good opportunity to try to give good answers to that, and then sort of also keep in mind like what will, a critical, smart person sort of think about this kind of pitch in general for future pitches.
Yeah, well, it sounds like they really read into your business plan beforehand.
I think quite well.
Yeah, quite well. I agree.
Did that make you more nervous, or did it make you more comfortable?
No, for example, I felt more comfortable because apparently, besides having read those all the things that we submitted, they clearly had different backgrounds. I usually feel comfortable because I try to prepare the pitch beforehand, because of course I don't know who is there, to do it as basic as possible, but also of course I want to show off my science behind, of course. And then it was actually a good conversation, so they were really interested, and I felt very good.
Also same here. So the thing is that usually you have a 10 minutes of discussion, and if people do not have anywhere blank to the topic, then you need to spend lots of time to convince them, to just tell them the story, etc. But if they have a background, then you are one layer on top of the fundamentals. So you can just describe your technology, just have a better show off, I would say. So in this sense, I also appreciate that they already read it and they have some background in the business plan.
I think much worse than someone having no question, than someone having questions is someone having no questions.
Definitely.
I think if you've been really thinking about it and spending the amount of time that startup founders spend on their problem, that generally you'll thrive in the details.
Yeah.
Right. Those are especially if you're a technical person or a scientist. Then,
you can just nerd out.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. So.
Yeah. And because what I'm getting from this is that you didn't know beforehand who the judges were, right?
No.
No.
I didn't
So
do that.
how do you prepare for something like that?
Again, I always start with impact, why, what, and how. So these are for all judges. I mean, for all the demonstrations or discussions, I always just prepare it like this, and then we can go to the topic why, which way. So regardless of what is the background or what is the the knowledge of the judges, then I just prepare my pitch with this basis.
Yeah.
And then later we can go to the details based on the questions that just have.
Yeah, so you keep it general if you don't know who you're pitching
because
for.
at the end, what is important? Impact is important.
Mm-hmm.
So what value your technology is going to bring to this world? So
Yeah.
this is the important fact, and later, I mean, the details you can always discuss it for hours and hours.
Exactly. The details also. If you go to an event where also I was recently invited to give a pitch. It was also about the startup, but still it was the German Biotechnological Society. There, of course, I would add an extra slide with a bit more biochemistry info because they were really into it and had some questions about it. But I wouldn't do that here because that would be boring, probably. And doesn't have a point. So like you said, more the impact and what we can add.
The key is in the simplicity. So if you want to make things complex, all of our technologies are complex nowadays with all technologies that we have. So why we should just make it even more complex? So let's just. I think the art is in simplicity, not in complexity.
Yeah, it's really the art to make something complicated very understandable for a broad audience.
Yes.
Wow.
And I always see my audience as a broad audience, so that's really a specific. So
Yeah. And did you have a big role in preparing for the pitch, Bekk?
Yes. Well, we used. We've also done. I think a decent amount of pitches before this. So we were also, we have a massive slide deck where we can pull things from and what has worked to describe things. I think communication and simple communication has been something we have had to work on a lot coming from a technical background. And then I think also in addition to simplicity is sort of, you really can only communicate like one reason why something is really positive or is going to have a big impact. I think in general, even if in reality there are multiple reasons why something is good, that if you give 5 reasons why something is good, that's much weaker than actually giving one stronger reason.
Yeah.
So I think that is often the challenge when you have a flexible technology, you get to pick one. Right.
Because you can use it for so many applications, so there are so many reasons why it's good.
Yes.
But then you get like the sum up and because of this and because of this, and that's what you don't want to resort to, right?
Yeah, and that actually I think comes across as a lot weaker of a value proposition.
Yeah.
Even if it's a little bit ironic, right? Because if I said like, oh, well, this does this, this, and this, you would think that would maybe be better than something that just does one thing. But I think when you're communicating and people have to narrow down and make a decision, that it's really going to be one, maybe 2 things, probably not, probably one thing that they're really left with and thinking about.
Yeah, so keep it simple.
Yeah, as simple as possible, and basically one core sentence of the impact, I think.
Yeah.
I can also add something to that because we want to convince judges that we are doing the best. And sometimes I'm also getting into trap a lot that we are going to solve all of the problems that we have in this world. But that's not true.
Yeah.
If you can just solve 0.01% of the problems that involved, we are a winner. So that has also happened to me yesterday. That I got into this trap that say, okay, I work on the wound healing application, I have a skin eczema application, I will work on the cancer treatment, and they will say, okay, and I said, no, Shahriar, you have to stop. You are not going to solve.
Pick one thing.
Pick one thing. So that was something in my brain,
yeah.
And hopefully I just picked it at the right time. So I didn't just move forward with all of the things that I want to claim. Just say, slow down. You're going to work on this application, this specific target audience. This is our technology, nothing more.
How did you do that in 5 minutes?
I don't know. This is all, that happens. I don't know how, but it comes to my brain. And then I say, Shahriar, stop, slow down. Slow down. Don't motivate it.
Yeah. So while preparing, are you also preparing those things where you're like, oh no, I cannot say this because this is very interesting, but I'm going to leave that out.
Yeah.
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 You can prepare, but if you want to do it on the stage, that's a different story because it's personal. Huh? It's about the personality as well. So you become so enthusiastic about, just demonstrating about the room atmosphere, etc., that you want to just tell something more and more and more. So yeah, I also prepared a lot, but when I just get into the stage, then I have to make this balance. And it's also about the room atmosphere as well. So if people just see they're not convinced enough, then you just tell more. If they just say, hey, you should not really over simplify, over talking about the claims, then you also slow down. So yeah, you should just be very flexible and be in the real time talk, we call it. So you have to just read the room and just adapt your content based on the room.
You can also add some backup slides or prepare some backup slides.
Yeah, that's always the case. Yeah.
I think also instead of I would, at least for myself, say never focus on what you shouldn't say. Then you're almost certainly going to, if you spend all your time focusing on what not to say, I think you'll end up saying that. But
don't think of a pink elephant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, precisely. I think it's focusing on, okay, you don't want to say this. What actually do you want to say instead?
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the discussion later, and I was really looking forward for 15 minutes. Yeah. So because then you can get really into it, and also things that you didn't maybe mention during the pitch because it would take too long to explain, blah blah blah. So you could also try to lead the discussion a bit, and then mention this in the discussion afterwards.
Right.
So and then I have a backup slide ready here. No. Are you interested in seeing all the pictures of all the plants that I have? So that's also one way to do it, I guess.
Yes, that's very true. Yeah.
Okay, and so today is at least the award ceremony. Do you have to pitch again on stage, or
I don't know.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know either.
Probably it would be a surprise.
Surprise pitch.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Even I don't know when is the ceremony actually, so I haven't seen that in the program.
It's in the Power Hour.
It's a Power Hour.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the Power Hour we will reveal all the winners of all the pitch competitions that are going on right now. So if you don't have to pitch anymore, I don't think you have to then. What is your plan with the 10K should you win?
You can just spend it on a lot of things. I mean, with the startups, you have lots of holes that you can just fill it with the money. So having money is not a big problem. But basically, in our case, we are working on the technology development towards next step and the commercial state. So we already make some partnership with the industrial partners, and we want to hire an intern, for instance, and just work on the next step for making our technology more advanced.
Yeah, and is it then moving to a prototype?
We already have the prototype.
Okay.
But the thing is that the prototype is not suitable for, we cannot see it as the MVP actually. So we need the extra efforts to just turn it into the MVP that we can show it to the market actually. So it's part of it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it works here in the Netherlands, but in Germany it's like this, that once you become a legal entity, I'm not allowed to stay in the university laboratories anymore. So, so we are at the bridge at this very second where we are thinking about, because we have our product ready and we also have customers, but we can't do any sales yet because we are still a university project, so to say. And we would like to use it to build first laboratory equipment and work on the scale up of the product. We need to buy some fermenters to be clear, and that's what we would use it for.
Cool.
So we already have in, as I mentioned, in crisis communication and in e-commerce companies that we're in partnerships with that are going to be using our software. But what we really want to do is to move into things we maybe view as particularly high impact, such as medical. But there's costs associated with that. And in order to get a strategic partnership, we need to show value. So we specifically want to use the 10K to build a proof of concept for medical data.
Yeah. Well, cool. Sounds like solid plans. Well, I think that's it for this episode. Thank you all so much for sharing your stories. And I really hope that one of you gets on the stage tonight at the Power Hour to be crowned as the winner and walk away with the 10K prize.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
for
very much.
inviting us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Rate it, like it, share it, whatever. Just spread the word. And follow us on social media at 40U Startups on Instagram and at 40u.startups on LinkedIn. See you in the next episode.